Hey everybody, and welcome to Authors and Dragons, where a group of comedic fantasy writers get together and try to make it through a whole game of Pathfinder without accidentally dying. Let's see if we pull it off this week. As always, the odds do not look great.
Welcome everybody to the first ever live Authors and Dragons podcast. Starting us off.
Hi, I'm John Hartness, and I am the author of a whole bunch of shit, including Bubba the Monster Hunter, Quincy Harker Demon Hunter, The Black Knight Chronicles, and I am the 16-time heavyweight champion of urban fantasy.
Oh, let's go down the line. Remember, to the mic.
Alright.
My name is
I
John.
am Joseph Brassi. I was one of the authors in the Mongoliad Project. I play the role of Bjorn Bjornsson, enthusiastic and violent barbarian.
Let's stick to our usual route. Let's stick to our usual order. That way we don't confuse ourselves.
Okay. Hi, I'm Rick Volturi. I play Silas Kane / the mysterious Arrow of the Gods, whose identity nobody knows. And I write stuff.
Hello, my name is Robert Bevan. I write the comedy fantasy LITRPG series of novels and short stories, Caverns and Creatures, starting with the first book, Critical Failures.
Hi, my name is Robert Cruzy, and I play Kutharik the Lost, who is a rather unpleasant dwarf cleric who's transitioning into an unpleasant dwarf druid. And in real life, I play an author of several books, including my latest one is The Big Sheep, and I'm also the author of Starship Drifters and the upcoming sequel, I, Robot.
Good evening, legions of Authors and Dragons fans from around the world. My name is Steve Webberall. I play Brandon Finemaster, the sexually attractive monk. In real life, I write sexually attractive books.
Oh, I thought he was going to keep going.
I thought that was Joe.
Yeah. I would like to point out that Steve is a real British person for the fans we've had who asked if he was faking it.
A person.
Yeah. As for me, I am Drew Hayes, the most electrifying man in superhero fiction today. I write the superpowered series, Corpies, NPCs for the Vampire Accountants, and my latest book, Going Rogue, will be coming out in a few weeks. Well, less from when you guys actually hear this. And when last we left our intrepid adventurers, they had just finished arguing with a wall, defeating it through the power of nihilism. God, I wish that wasn't true. And having gotten the door to open with the promise of death, they step into the next room, which is made of stone. And Bevan, scale your
All right, well, how, what, down or?
magnifying glass and make it so they can see the whole thing.
All right, so.
They step into a room which is filled with stone, more high walls that are metal, and 3 treasure chests and a door. One treasure chest looks very fancy, one looks kind of crappy, one looks about average. They each have writing on them, which is sort of hard to decipher, and you might have to look a little closer.
I'm more concerned with this evil gravel beneath our feet.
Okay.
Bjorn looks at Kutharik and says, "My swan friend, should feel very comfortable here."
Oh, by the way, Kutharik and Fandango, having finally finished sleeping off their toilet wine seawater coma nap, materialize out of the fog and fall to the ground because, hey, you're in a magical labyrinth. We can do that for once.
Oh, thank God. Catharic's here. We're all going to be okay. Everything's going to be fine, guys.
The fuck am I, chopped liver?
I have arrived.
Oh wait, I'm a bard.
Kutharik and Fandango, all you remember is being groggily dragged from your bed and tossed out onto the deck of the ship as the crew say, "We're not paying you to sleep!"
Oh, just for the record, I roll a 30 for them to not know who I am.
You see a man in a cloak with his eyes covered. You may both make perception checks to try and figure out who this person wearing Silas's cloak might be.
Okay. Perception check. I can do this.
Wake up, Kutharik.
Okay, Kutharik rolls a perception check, gets a fucking 25.
Ooh.
Yeah, Fendigo lost that straight.
So what do I need to
Well, you didn't beat 30.
Oh, so I have to beat 30.
You have to beat 30.
Oh, so this.
You don't know who this stranger. You might.
Hello, strangers who I've never met before.
What? Who is this?
Bandingo rolls a 21. Who's the dude with the bag on his head?
And where
Here's our friend, the Arrow.
Where did Silas go?
Who cares where Silas went? He's passing.
I think this is we're like a wish fulfillment here. Like we want Silas to be gone, and we're deliberately fooling ourselves into thinking
Not
that
only,
he's
not only
disappeared.
is Silas gone, but that little fucker who threw us out onto the deck said we were getting paid. He said they're not paying us to sleep. That implies that we're getting paid.
You technically said we're not getting paid for sleeping. We could be not being paid for other things too. So
I hate it when you're smarter than me.
And we're in a room full of rocks.
Join us in our righteous mission to defeat these evil rocks, which I would detect evil on, but I can't do that anymore.
Right.
Thanks to a certain thief.
Someone stole your detect evil? Is that like a decoder rig or something?
Wait a second, I was dead.
What's a decoder ring?
And
I was dead because of you.
Because of me, we've never met before, stranger.
Because of someone as obnoxious as you.
Weird that the Arrow of the Gods is also having paladin issues.
Yeah, we've really got to introduce him to Silas. I think these guys would hit it off.
So they're
What a strange happenstance.
Why,
Klaus would
why
like
does
to-
no one have money yet?
Klaus would like to throw some gravel at a treasure chest.
You scoop up a few rocks and throw it, and it hits a treasure chest. It makes a small sound.
Intriguing.
Hey, Keith, don't you guys like look for traps or stuff?
Yeah, I guess I could do that.
Just
Does that mean
So there's a nice
you're gonna
treasure
piss on
chest.
it, aren't you?
If only Silas were here, he could find more traps with his face.
That's my job, buddy.
finding traps in Silas's face?
Yeah.
That's fine.
So we have a nice treasure chest. We have a not as nice treasure chest. And was there something else? What's the third thing?
I would like
An average treasure chest.
An average treasure chest.
All right,
I
now-
should have seen that coming.
I've read Goldilocks. I'm gonna go try the average treasure chest. I'll check for traps.
An average treasure
Okay, you're gonna
chest.
check for traps.
Right.
Roll me a. I think perception is what we're using for this one.
Shucks. Wait. That's
Oh.
Where the devil's? Oh, here we go.
I'm gonna move behind
Perception.
Bjorg. So
These
that
are
if
the parts
anything
that are
blows up
always edited
while
out.
he's checking for traps, I'll be shielded by the barbarian.
Okay, perception. Here we go.
I'm good at shielding things.
Exactly.
Klaus rolls a 16.
You detect no traps.
Awesome. All
While
right.
he's in that, Brandon Firemaster will make fun of the ugly chest.
What do you say to it?
Well, doesn't say anything, he just stands near it, you know, and I think that's all it's going to take to damage. I'm not sure if chests do have feelings. This is a magical world. The door had feelings. I don't think I need to say anything.
He's just
Yeah, I'm just gonna
welcoming
stand next to it.
welcoming a comparison between Brandon's chest and the lousy
In
chest.
the actual chest.
Yeah.
Just
I don't think
Feels
he's
wildly
letting
threatened by this, and is going to also walk over to the ugly chest and stand there, flexing his chest as well.
So Klaus is checking for traps around the average chest, and Brandon and Bjorg are both flexing haphazardly at an inanimate object.
I'll go.
Yes.
The Arrow of the Gods will go check the horrible chest because do we really deserve good treasure? No.
Oh,
You know,
you're just-
he reminds me of somebody, but I can't. I just can't put my finger on.
Bandingo's going to continue hiding behind Bjorg.
not the worst strategy. So there is writing again in front of these if you actually want to try and read.
Oh,
Oh, man.
As long as I'm here.
Reading.
I can't read.
It's a little faded. It's hard to make out. You actually have to roll perceptions.
perception or knowledge?
Perception.
I'll peek around. I'll peek like around Bjorg and pry.
Oh wait, so roll with a real die.
Yeah, that's
Sweet.
makes it a little easier for everybody watching. We don't have to find a character sheet.
Yeah. All right, everybody, can you see this?
I just kind of keep perception in view. Fandango rolls a 16 on his perception check.
Okay.
Klaus rolls a 13. Is that adjusted by anything?
Yeah, whatever your perception score is.
Yeah.
See, it's so much easier.
You gotta check it anyway. But
Yeah.
Well,
All right, I've got
we tried to make this more streamlined.
no ranks and no wisdom. So, yeah, Klaus rolls a 13.
13.
Arrow of the Gods rolls a 19.
Ooh, pretty good.
Bjorn rolls a 7.
Bjork can't even perceive Fandango standing next to him.
Nope, flexing my
I
chest.
look around.
You know, everybody in the audience can see that screen over there. Nobody can see this.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Just saying.
I think they trust you.
I think they can see Drew's neon green die.
Yeah, they're very. I kept
Wow.
losing dice, and I didn't want to again, so I bought the most ostentatious ones I could find.
It's about the same color as I peed after we went to Bourbon Street the other night.
Sounds about right. Okay. Arrow of the Gods. Which chest were you checking?
The horrible one, of course.
Okay. You can kind of scratch through and see, and it says wisdom written in front of it. That you can
Not
sort
my
of
strong
put
suit.
together. Yeah. That's what you get. It says wisdom.
No wonder it's so ugly.
And
It's got a great personality.
yeah, unfortunately, mine fails me, and I have no idea what that means.
Okay.
well, I'm gonna assume that somebody with a high wisdom should probably open that chest.
That wouldn't be anybody in this party.
I have a fairly good wisdom, I think. Yeah.
I don't.
21. It's pretty good. So
That's extremely good wisdom.
You're wiser than
I feel like I'm wise enough not to fall for stuff like this, but like I should know not to just open any chest that says, "Hey, you have wisdom. You should check this out." But
And yet history proves.
we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm gonna go open the chest that says wisdom because
Come, dwarf who I've never met before, who I know is favored by Toreg.
get out of the way yet.
Okay, you lift open the ugly chest, and I'm going to assume everybody reflexively winces, waiting for some hidden trap, but there is none. Inside, you simply find a statue of a beholder with the inscription, "Only beauty can unlock my secrets."
Well, that's not me.
Yeah, I think that might be. Well, I mean, it's either Brandon's abs or it's me.
Step aside, guys. I've got this.
Bjorn will stare with curiosity.
Brandon will take the statue, and because it's an animate object and this doesn't invalidate the vow of celibacy, he will rub it on his abs.
Never has there been a more envied statue.
Back
This
to
is the
hiding-
special live episode. We've got to give the people what they want.
Back to hiding behind Bjork. Just saying.
Shockingly, nothing happens with the statue, although everybody else is at least like 3 out of 10 turned on minimum.
And it's probably also a little oily now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm up to a 5.
Brandon just
Where did
secretes
all
me
this grease come from?
Disappointing. This has never happened to me before.
It's okay, Brandon. It happens to every guy eventually. Or so I've heard. So, Fandango was trying to read the mediocre. Whatever the.
The average chest?
Yeah, whatever chest.
Well, you'll have to go away from Bjork to actually get close enough to try and read the inscription, and you can give me another perception.
Alright.
I've checked for traps. Don't worry.
I'm now terrified.
So if you have any faith in Klaus's ability as a rogue, there's nothing to fear.
You could have stopped it if you had any faith in Klaus.
My perception. Fandango rolls a 20 for his perception check.
Oh, okay. You can actually make out what it says. Scorpions.
Awesome.
All right, who's got scorpions?
That's me.
Send me an angel!
Rocket like a hurricane.
Scorpions.
So I'm over here. Alright.
You can open it perhaps with the winds of change.
Oh boy.
Klaus, open this bad boy and rock it like a hurricane.
Alright, can I do that? I'm gonna, alright.
I was half joking. Wait
Well,
until
A
I
little louder, Beth.
wait until I run away and then open the box full of scorpions.
I'm gonna open it right now.
You open the box and scorpions come pouring out. What did you think?
I
thought I was going to have time to get away.
There was not wisdom pouring out of the wisdom box, was there?
A flood of scorpions comes out and attacks you both. You take. I can roll a real die for once. Yay!
If only there had been some warning.
Yeah.
You know what's great about this is that we had our first real puzzle in the last episode, and we quite clearly cocked it up massively. And Drew's really dumbed this down for us. There's a box that said scorpions that was filled with scorpions, and yet we still fell for it.
Yeah, I think the arrow of the gods might try to help Klaus while the scorpions are climbing over him. Maybe shoot a few arrows at them.
It sort of washes over them like a wave, doing 7 damage to Fandango and Klaus.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, you got hurt by the box of scorpions that you were
I remember
clearly
this
warned
exactly.
about.
I'm not healing you guys either.
But at the bottom of the chest, when they're gone, you find a small piece of what appears to be a key. Sort of like that might fit in those big doors at the top of the screen.
Huh. All right.
Interesting.
I see up something.
So-
There's no door.
Klaus, you hang on to the key.
Piece of a key.
Piece of the key. Fandingo's going to go look in the bottom of the shitty chest under where the statue was.
Nothing.
I'm now going to look at Brandon's abs. Is
Is there a key on them?
Roll me a will save.
Fandango rolls an 8 for a will save.
Fandango loses 2 rounds as he is mesmerized by Brandon's abs.
Never look directly into the abs.
It's like staring into the sun, man. You glance and you look away.
Happens. Yeah. All right. As long as the scorpions are already off me, we're good.
They sort of just skitter into the rocks and vanish.
Fair enough.
Just eat and run.
So the scorpions were just the opening act. So I wonder if
Got
it's
it.
gonna.
This day and age, they're lucky to get on the bill at all.
Probably Def Leppard or something. Is in the final box.
If those are the first two, this is going to have to be like a quadruple bill that ends up with the new Axl Rose fronted AC/DC.
Oh. Alright, what do you guys want to do? You have a beholder statue and an unopened chest that no one has figured out how to, or no one has tried to read yet. All right.
Bjorn will walk over and look at the unopened chest.
Are you trying to read it or are you trying to open it?
Oh, look at it. He's gonna read it first.
Okay, roll me perception.
Alright. Stupid. Sheet.
Everybody who ever asks for an unedited Authors and Dragons, that's the sort of stuff we got.
Bjorn rolled a 6!
Ooh, Bjork cannot make out those words. It's a little too faded, a little too chipped away, a little too hard.
Illiterate
Feels a lot
fool.
like 3rd grade.
Are there words here? I think there are words here. But I can't read them.
The arrow will walk over since to this garbage chest that we're unworthy of, and he'll give it a try.
The nice chest?
Yes.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
Nice is really a thing of perception. 13.
Your hood gets in your eyes and you are unable to fully make it out. It's a little too scattered and you're trying to see through things that you cut with, let's be honest, like the tip of an arrow. These are not good eye holes in your cloak. There's no quality to your costume.
It appears as though your hood is in the way. Shall I help you remove it?
Mysterious person whom I've never met.
These are interesting words in front of this chest, but they're not for my lips to speak.
He's got a point. This is the good-looking chest. I'm gonna go use my eye muscles and read that.
Did you say he was gonna use his muscles to read it?
His eye muscles.
Oh.
He's going to stare at it, and his eyes will transform into abs that will flex.
Oh yeah. How do you guys
The
read?
same guy who carries an ab ladder.
Apparently, I don't read.
Alright.
Brandon Firemaster rolls a 15 for perception.
Not quite good enough. You strain those eye muscles, but you don't work them out as hard as the abs, so...
You're right.
All right, let me give it a try.
If only you
Working
could
on
see
the
through
glory
your abs.
muscles.
Kutharic is going to use his considerable intellectual skills.
Oh, God help us all.
30!
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
All right.
That's his special skill. Kafara can read.
I can read. I can read the fuck out of stuff.
In this group, that's a pretty special skill.
I can't fight for shit, but
In this group of authors.
This one says power.
power.
So power, wisdom, and scorpions.
Well,
Wisdoms and scorpions.
I can tell you that one of them was bad.
I'm gonna open it.
There's a sword.
Bjorg
It's like
It's a stone sculpture of a sword.
Why was the scorpion box so goddamn literal?
I know. With all the good stuff, it's like the kind of figurative, like.
It's like the weirdest Captain Planet ever. Power, wisdom, scorpions.
Nobody messes with the scorpions, Captain Planet Kid.
I don't know.
So, I'm assuming I'm done looking at abs now.
Yes, you have finished ogling Brandon's abs. He walked away. He took them away from you. And while you certainly enjoyed the ass shot as he left, the abs were really the key focus.
So if I maybe make a knowledge arcana check or knowledge history check, could I maybe see if I recognize any of this crap that's come out of these boxes?
Sure, you can always roll.
All right, we'll
Bjorg is
try-
staring at the sword in the meantime.
Yeah, we'll do a knowledge arcana check. Fandango rolls a 15 for knowledge arcana.
These are probably puzzles.
The scorpion wasn't a very hard puzzle.
Yeah, it was a really simple puzzle. Don't open the chest.
It didn't even really qualify as a
piece
puzzle
of it.
so much as
Yeah.
don't touch the hot stove. This is an intriguing puzzle. What should I do?
While Kutharik is talking about not touching things, Bjorg's going to start poking the stone sword to see if anything happens.
Nope.
It's a stone
Just it stays a stone sword.
So, up here at the top of the room, there's a couple of doors.
Yep.
I have
They're
a
locked.
piece of a key.
Piece
Piece
of
of
The
it.
scorpions ate the rest of it.
Maybe you should close the scorpion box and open it again and see if the rest of the key appears.
I'll tell you what,
Maybe.
you do that, I'll be over here hiding in the power box.
This is the thief's job.
What do beholders do?
They behold.
Anything
Behold.
that is bad.
But we said that beauty was in the eye of the beholder, and truth is beauty. And we have a saying in the Temple of the Many Fists that you must always poke truth. So maybe we should stab that sword into the eye of the stone beholder. I mean, I'm not saying that it's a saying that made sense to me until just now, but now it makes sense.
How big
Bjorg
are these chests?
will pick up the stone sword.
You got to roll me a strength check for that part.
Whoa.
Alright. Alright, Bjorg rolls. Hey, natural 1!
So Bjorg has critically failed his roll, meaning something bad will happen now. Bjorg goes down to lift the sword, and it's actually much heavier than it looks. It's quite imposing. Even if you hadn't messed up, it would have been tough. But you, assuming incorrectly that it's going to be light, just do a quick back lift instead of with your legs, and you hear a few things snap and pop as you take 6 damage.
Damn.
And you kind of temporarily throw your back out.
Oh!
All right. I would like to. I would like to show up Bjorg, so I'm gonna go try and lift the sword.
Okay.
Bastard!
I don't get this opportunity.
Bjorg is like hunched over like an old man, just like gripping his spine.
Huh.
All right, strength check, you say?
That is what you use to lift something.
Yeah. Or my wits. Klaus rolls a 2.
Which is still technically better.
Klaus fails to budge the sword, but does not throw his back out in the process, unlike Bjorg.
Arrow of the Gods being, a superhero. Super being the operative word, gives it a try, shoves these 2 weaklings out of the way.
Who are you calling weakling?
And gets a mighty 8.
Bard, you guys. You're gonna have the bard lift it.
You sort of like get it a little bit. You can budget, but that's it. You're not getting it up.
It's like what Captain America did in Age of Ultron. It was impressive.
Okay, let's go with that.
That's about the amount of movement you get on that sword.
All right, I'll give it a try. What the hell? Strength. Kutharic rolls an 18.
Kutharic is able to kind of move it a little, but you can't fully lift it.
Wow.
That's good enough. I feel better than the rest of the party.
So
I feel like I've accomplished something.
You lift it up, you're like, all right, that's enough of that. You just sort of drop it back down.
Well, of course he had an easier time with it. He's a dwarf and it's a rock.
I thought you were going to say you loosened it up for him.
And I thought that's where that was going too.
So Fandingo's going to just look around to see if there's like a magnet or anything.
For a stone.
Iron, rock, stone. You know, it's not the stupidest thing I've done. This box is not full of scorpions.
Yet.
You're right. So, I'm going to try another perception check to maybe see if I can find some reason why this piece of rock is abnormally heavy.
Sure. Roll perception.
Fandingo rolls an 18.
You don't see anything. It doesn't look like there's any traps or anything or tricks hidden. It's just a really heavy one. You can roll me an intelligence check. You can all roll me intelligence checks if you'd like.
This
Should be my
might be
specialty.
terrible.
Klaus rolls a 17.
Yeah, natural 1.
Your roll's a 7.
Arrow of the God rolls a 3.
Fandingo rolls a 10.
So, Kutharic and Brandon got natural ones on those intelligence checks.
So we're both going to have really stupid
forgot your
ideas.
name.
The question is whether we're going to have the same stupid idea.
Oh, you are. You both are like, okay, these are fake outs. Obviously, the Arrow of the Gods was right. We got to shut the scorpion box and open it, and that's where we'll find the other part of the key.
Yeah, that's what I was getting.
Go for it, Klaus.
So as you two walk over, because you definitely believe this is how it's supposed to go down.
Solving some puzzles. Let's go.
How big are these boxes?
Average size treasure chests. So,
Where are the words
Stand over
written?
here.
Like big
On the
enough to
ground.
hide in when the
Okay.
goddamn scorpions come back out? Because I'm really thinking of
Yeah.
crawling into the box and closing it after myself.
I'm going to assume the rest of you backpedal furiously as they head toward the scorpion box.
Well, yeah, I'm hanging around the...
Oh, Bjorg is staring at the stone sword with a loathing he has never looked at another human being.
But as they're going, Klaus,
Yes.
you realize that obviously the power box is a test of strength or power, and the beholder statue is a riddle, thus a test of your wisdom.
And
the
the
scorpions.
scorpion box is a test of our love
Stupidity.
of bugs.
Yeah, it's the gimme. It's literally don't open the scorpion box, which Brandon and Kutharic shut open. Fresh wave of scorpions race out, watch over you.
Try turning it
I
off.
did
and
not
back
see
on
that
again.
coming.
Yeah.
See if scorpions jump out.
6 damage to Kutharic and Brandon Thighmaster, and no new piece of key appears. It was just another wave of scorpions.
I did not see that
Encore.
coming.
Ah, cruel fate. Such trickery. How are we to know?
Well,
Is Bjorg able to attempt the stone sword again because this thing has humiliated him?
You can. This time we'll say you're going to lift with your legs rather than your back.
Yes.
hey Bjork,
Don't
is
say
it
that
making
until
you,
it
like,
doesn't roll
really
natural one.
angry that you can't lift this thing?
Are you suggesting that I use my people's ancestral rage to move a rock?
I'm saying that if I were the strongest guy in the party and I had just hurt myself trying to pick up a rock, I'd be really angry.
I don't think he is the strongest.
Shut
Bjorg
up.
stares at Kutharic
Oh wait,
and
yes.
goes into a rage.
I think Kutharic is right. You great pansy.
Bjorg rolled a 19.
You get it further than Kutharic did, but you don't quite fully lift it up.
Klaus says,
Hey, Bjork, do you want to try maybe lifting it together?
Oh.
Bjork is currently
Are you
in
sure
a
this
rage.
is the wisdom box?
Huh.
Stares at Fendingo with bloodshot eyes and says,
Well, it ain't like he's going to pick the damn thing up and swing it at me. So Fendingo's going to try and assist Bjorg in lifting the big effing rock.
Wow, who would have imagined that perhaps working as a team would make a task easier?
No one who's ever met this party.
It didn't work on the scorpion box.
Brandon didn't. He doesn't
Try it
realize
again.
anything.
Maybe we're
He's
three
just covered
people
in
this time.
scorpions.
Fendingo
Technically,
rolls
they
an
did open
18
the
on
scorpion
his
box
strength
twice.
check.
Okay, Fendingo got an 18. Bjorg, give me a strength check.
Bjork rolls an 8. God damn it.
It's a lower DC when it's 2, but you both have to meet it. So Fandango's like, yeah, I got this. And Bjorg, in a rage at someone else trying to lift when he's lifting, just like drops it halfway through. And you guys have not managed to lift the sword yet.
Somebody else want to help?
Yes. If there's lifting to be done, I lift. Brandon Finance is going to lift.
You even lift.
All right, 3 is the maximum you're going to be able to
Seriously.
get standing around lifting together. So that's your top of the thing. So you can all roll, and it does lower the DC, but you can't get more than 3 logistically on it.
Is anyone realistically perhaps stronger than the bard?
I'll
reframe
Just a
that.
thought.
Somebody is realistically stronger than the bard.
Although, looking at the rolls on this lift check, not by bloody much.
all right. Silas/Arrow will step in.
Okay, you're taking.
Fendingo will get out of the way.
All right, so we got Brandon, we got a Raging Bjorg, we have the Arrow of the Gods. Give me 3 strength rolls, people. 1 apiece, obviously.
21 for the arrow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Your
11
rolls
for
an
Brandon
11.
Finance. 2 11s.
All right, you muscular people who are flexing in a broken chest, the Arrow of the Gods shows you up. He gets under and he lifts, and you are all collectively able to get it about halfway out of the chest.
And
For the Winston, I'll say it again. I really like this masked, mysterious man much better than Silas.
I am the Torag that flaps in the night.
That doesn't make any sense.
like you
Don't
would
ruin it, man. I'm
know.
trying to talk you up here.
If you guys want to keep lifting, give me another set of rolls.
I would like, Klaus would like to try to remove the mask while he's busy lifting the sword.
Roll me a stealth check. Silas, roll me a perception. Let's see if you even notice.
Oh, this will be fun.
Nope. I rolled 4.
Arrow of the Gods has a 4.
Alright, stealth check. Stealth, and here we go. Klaus rolls a 17, stealth.
You can sneak up on the Arrow of the Gods. How well did you fasten this cloak?
Well, it was more than eyeballs,
I mean-
probably.
So it wouldn't blow off in the wind, maybe.
Yeah. I'm going to say, like, with the materials you had, I think a quick tug will be able to get it off. Because I don't think you had the stuff to build, like, a chin strap or anything in there. All right. Klaus has ripped back the mask of the Arrow of the Gods. I think you get a check for this, don't you?
31 to, like, be like, my God, Silas, where did Silas come from?
Silas has rolled a 31 to bluff them out of realizing that he was the Arrow of the Gods. Give me perceptions, people.
I'm trying to figure out what will we think if we fail. Alright, I guess we'll find out. 31's tough.
Fendingo rolls a 23. He's like, oh, Silas, where'd you come from?
Klaus rolls a 13.
Bjork rolls a 22. Not that it does him any good.
Brandon Finemaster rolls a 25.
These are some nice wasted rolls.
Clearly, the magic of the labyrinth, just as Kutheric and Fandingo were teleported in out of nowhere, has swapped the Arrow of the Gods for Silas.
Ah,
Holy
shit.
Tis a miracle of Torag, and I have appeared appeared to help my friends. Oh, that's a nice mask you're holding, Klaus.
What? Can you
Oh,
bring
bring
back?
back the other guy!
Can you bring back the other guy? What?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There was
Where
another.
are you, and can you go back there?
There was another guy here who was kind of reminded us of you, but was not you. Clearly not you because of the cloak.
See, what I liked about the other guy, he was enigmatic and mysterious, and he slipped away, and that's cool. Silence, he's just some obvious turd. And he's just
Well,
turned up.
such is the case
Great
with
thing.
with muscular masked heroes who are far more powerful than our barbarian, far more clever and likable than our thief.
I'm a rogue.
You're right,
man.
Silas. That guy was ace. It's a damn shame he's gone and you're here.
We shows up again.
So, are you guys going to stand around this chest and circle jerk about
Yeah.
the guy who's gone, or are you going to pick up the damn rock?
I still need the strength checks.
Bjorg is so pissed off that he fucks up again and rolls a 9.
God damn.
Okay, strength check.
I'm gonna kill this sword!
Silas is inspired by this mysterious hero who he has no idea who he is and rolls a 17.
Brennan Flymaster rolls a 12.
Collectively, you are all able to lift it fully out of the chest.
Now what?
Nice Doreg.
Now you're holding it and straining your muscles.
Klaus would like to peek inside the chest to see if there's anything under it.
There is not.
Drop it.
Okay, Silas releases his grip. Brandon and Bjorn, are you guys gonna try and hold on?
Yes!
Yes.
Okay. Strength checks.
This is not going to end well.
Brennan Flymaster rolls a 10.
Bjorg rolls a 15.
Whoa.
The two of you do not have the strength to maintain this grip. It slips through your fingers and falls to the bottom of the chest, crashing and breaking into pieces, revealing a piece of key.
Praise Doreg.
Does that
His wisdom
telling me
has
that
shone
all I-
down upon me.
Are you telling me that all I needed to do was just violently smash this thing?
He missed a chance to smash something.
Yep.
just
Bjorg
snapped?
stares up as though he is having a profound revelation and says, "Thank you, ancestors, for teaching me that truly all I needed to do was be myself."
Does this piece of key fit with my piece of key?
They do. They fit together.
But the sword missed Klaus.
Yeah. It's you were holding it over a chest and then dropped it.
Klaus was not under the sword.
Right. Plus,
So-
Bjorg and Brandon tried to hold it for a second, so it didn't like immediately go when you let go.
Fandingo wants to now examine the statue of the beholder.
Okay.
Let's
I'll toss that over. I'm done with that.
let's start
I
with a
break it.
perception check to see if I can perceive anything about this thing.
I think Brandon's feelings are hurt that the ab show didn't work.
Well, Fandingo is
Oh, no,
apparently
I'm
still
fine.
befuddled by the abs because Fandingo rolls a 9 for a perception check.
It's exactly what it seems, a statue with an inscription.
Oh, there's an inscription?
Yeah.
Oh, what's that say?
Only true beauty can unlock my secrets. Or only beauty can unlock my secrets.
Well, I
That's
have
clearly a lie. It's clearly
That's why Brandon rubbed it on
by
the
a
abs.
jealous bastard.
Well, can I try a charisma check to see if I can, like, dazzle it with my brilliant beauty?
Go for it. But you're competing with Brandon Thighmaster's abs, so that's a high hill to climb, sir.
Yeah, well, Fandingo rolls an 8 for a charisma check.
Beholder is not charmed by your
By my
bardic stylings.
winning smile.
What
Yeah.
what if I stare directly into the eye of the beholder?
Face it, man, the beholder statue has had better.
Basically, like, Fandingo stares at this thing and tries to smirk at it and instead gives it, like, the ultimate creepy eye.
So just to be clear, you're all standing around this small statue just staring it the hell down, right? Is that-
Silas will try something different. He'll tell the statue that it's really cute.
So now you're flirting with the statue. You've really come a long way from arguing with that wall last game.
I don't want to see where this is going.
Fandingo's going to start playing some light romantic music.
Oh yeah.
Bjorg will stare at the statue and say, "Yield to me."
Maybe some
Roll to
very
dance exotically.
This is going to end with somebody's dick on the statue. I know it.
I'm not sure how it didn't
Done it
start with
yet.
somebody's dick on the statue.
Bjorg will also try a charisma check.
Clouds do not pee on this.
Hey,
Bjorg rolls a 19 charisma check.
no promises.
Bjorg is very charismatic as he tries to flex and charm a statue to no
Yes.
effect.
Damn it!
True beauty.
I am an existential failure.
Does anybody have a mirror or like something reflective?
Do you know what's beautiful, guys?
Teamwork?
Scorpions.
Actually, speaking of reflective,
No!
I have a. Brandon has a bar of soap in his monk kit, so I'm gonna lather up and get those abs gleaming.
So Brandon is now lathering up, getting a nice soapy film on the abs. Boy, this is
Does
going
that
to
do anything
softcore
other-
porn real quick. Like,
Does that do anything other than excite the audience tremendously?
oh, they've got the southern fans out and are flapping and cooling themselves. It's,
Those aren't fans, bro. Those are shirts.
Just
Alright.
can you catch shirts all the way?
When his abs are finally nice and gleaming, show the statue its reflection in his abs.
you hold the statue up to Brandon Thighmaster's gleaming, soapy abs to no effect.
What?
Bandingo changes his tune to bow chicka bow bow.
Yeah.
All right, I'd like to read the description one more time. What does it say?
Only beauty can unlock my secrets.
Intriguing.
Well,
You know, what if we use the key? I don't know, that's as far as
Piece
I
of
go.
a key.
I think we're probably still a third of a key short.
Yeah. We need beauty.
You know, Bjorg, why don't you just like you got a hint from your ancestors? Just smash the damn thing.
Wait, can we maybe try intelligence checks to see if we can figure out this?
Yeah, I'm sure that's gonna
Well,
work.
that's not really.
Well, we
I know
can.
it's not really our style.
You can roll intelligence. Your characters might be smarter enough to give you a hint.
All right.
Treasure. Treasure.
Fandango rolls a
Friendship.
16.
Bjorg rolls a 14 intelligence check.
Silas rolls a 12.
Wait, you already got
That's
better
the rolls a
intelligence
rare
checks than you got
17.
strength checks?
Yeah.
It's fucking bizarre.
I am flexing with my mind.
Oh God.
First time for everything.
Oh, wait, here it is.
So Brandon got a 17.
Before I get to 13.
Okay.
Klaus is working on it. Intelligence. Oh, Klaus gets a natural 20.
Yeah.
All right. There we go.
Motherfucker today.
With a natural 20, and I'll give Fandango and Brandon this. You feel like maybe Brandon might have said something that feels like it hit on potentially a solution already. And Klaus, you definitely are like, wait a minute. What did he say? Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Sorry, guys, I wasn't listening.
I would like to borrow Brandon's soap and rub the eyes of the beholder clean.
I just
I realize I
wanna
can't
poke
use
his-
that soap anymore
I
because
just
of my
want to
bad,
poke
don't
the
you?
center eye.
There was a waste of a natural 20.
As you press the soap into the center eye, it kind of goes in and clicks, and the statue dissolves in your hand, revealing the third piece of key.
So the good news
Bjorg
is
will-
Brandon's really clean now.
Yeah.
So Bjorg looks at the dissolved remains of the statue like his mind has literally been blown. That can happen?
I still didn't understand that. I just assumed it was because of my abs. That's
The residual ab juice.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
this
what's
point,
your
it's
what's your
absolutely-
explanation?
So
I don't care. I'm not listening.
before we go
I have
unlock the big
my
door,
truth.
before we go unlock the big door, can we check traps on the big door too? Just a thought.
We're all looking at the rogue.
Before we do that, I would like to go before each chest and carve new words before them.
Okay.
I'd like to carve stone sword, beholder statue, and
Lots
cookies.
of money.
And wait, what?
Cookies. I don't
You
know.
put cookies in front of the. So it says power stone sword, wisdom
No.
beholder statue, scorpions cookies.
Oh wait, no. All right, I forgot. I can't actually scratch out. Let's see. Scorpion. Yeah, scorpion cookies will do.
Or no scorpions inside.
No. You just put no in front of scorpions.
Take our word for it. You can trust a Klaus.
All right.
I thought,
Now
you,
I will check the door for
I thought you were going to
traps.
write Bad Monkey.
No. Just, you know.
Roll me a perception.
All right, coming up.
No scorpion.
Perception. Klaus rolls a 17.
You do not detect any traps by the giant door.
This door is free of traps. Here, someone else. Take this 3-piece key and open it.
Are all of the keys in one piece now? Is it one?
Yeah, it's one key now. You've gotten all the pieces.
Bjorg will volunteer. He will walk towards the door. Is there an obvious lock?
Yeah, it's just a door with a keyhole. That's all it is.
Wait a minute, does this door have a personality at all? Is this going to be a violation of some kind?
Bjorg stares at Brandon and blinks several times.
There's no face in this door that you see.
Very well.
You're going about doors and faces.
Onward! Bjorg will put the key in the hole and turn it.
And there's a click, and the door begins to open, revealing the next room, which we will deal with next time on Authors and Dragons, as we have, we're coming toward the end of our time at the live panel. We do actually have a little bit of space afterward, though. There's no one coming immediately, so if anybody likes, we do Authors and Dragons sort of Q&A at the end of every episode. Sometimes we do it for online, but since we actually have an audience, if anybody would like to come up and ask us any questions about the podcast or writing in general or whatever you want, please, by all means, just raise your hand and project.
Or you said come up.
Oh yeah, you can come up. It's up to you.
Well, we kind of need them to speak.
Oh
into
yeah, I
the
guess
mic.
you do. I'm sorry, you do have to come up because the mic's up here.
No pressure.
And remember, Steve and I can't see you.
So we
Have
can't
somebody
judge
coming
you.
down.
So, I hear a lot of y'all talking about staring at Brandon's abs and stuff. So, are your characters gay?
No, they're just that good.
They didn't start out gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
It's sort of like a Ryan Reynolds thing. Like nobody's that straight that you can't look.
Honestly, I would like to.
Ryan Reynolds.
I
Nobody's
I
that
strongly
straight that they don't find Ryan Reynolds attractive.
strongly suspect that
You are the
Bjorg's
biggest
sexual
frat boy in the world.
I like my men clean cut. What's wrong with that? You're not clean
strongly-
cut, and
Fair enough.
I strongly suspect that Bjorg's sexual preference is violence.
There are some
so
there's
he's
some
flexible
forces
by
of nature
definition.
that transcend typical labeling. Let's not cheapen this.
As someone has said many times this weekend, it's not 1 to 2, it's more 0 to 6.
there you go.
And you know, Silas is up for anything that Tori commands him to.
That is the most disturbing thing you have ever said.
Yeah.
Brandon has made a lot of us question our alignments.
That was a good one. All right.
Does anyone have any other questions?
Come on up.
As a group, how did you guys come together?
Right now. Oh.
I like that one.
Away quickly.
I think I was kind of drunk when it started, so Bevan can correct me if I'm wrong.
I'm
But-
trying to remember myself.
Bevan's kind of drunk now,
Yeah.
so.
So I do a tradition when I have a book release that when I get a good review, I do a shot. I do pictures, and it's like a fun marketing thing that like I can put on social media. So one release came out, and I got a good few reviews, and so I was several shots in, and I think Bevan was just drinking as well, and we ended up talking about gaming and how we'd wanted to do one for a while. And it sort of just manifested the idea, we should actually, we know enough authors, we should put it together and see how it goes. And that was sort of the point where it started, and from there we started reaching out to people we knew, and one by one we kind of got everybody in. Steve joined a little later because John had to leave the podcast for a bit because his life got busy. So we brought Steve in, and then when John was able to come back in, we added him back in too. And so that was sort of our origin story.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
And I mean, when we were gathering people, we were kind of looking for folks that really kind of like, we all kind of write in some kind of like, fantasy space. Most of us do it in like a comedic thing. So it was we kind of had at least that in common.
But the interesting part of that is that most of us, if not all of us, had never met face to face before this weekend.
That's true.
Yeah.
And I don't think any of us had ever met previous to this con.
What's that experience been like? Actually being around each other, like even today, playing in a line together.
Well, pretty much just like I expected.
Yeah, not a lot of difference.
Fuck you, got.
I think we were all probably a little nervous.
Yeah, I mean, because we've been working on this for over a year now, and you don't want to meet somebody in person and be like, oh, that guy's an asshole.
So it was kind of one big blind date.
Yeah, more or less.
Yeah, basically.
I actually went up 2 days ago to because Drew had put in this group room. He's like, this is the room I'm in. So it kind of almost was that, because I went up and knocked on his door and thinking, this could end badly.
And it did, because Drew and I were both already in the room drinking.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, Silas is gone from the podcast.
And then later on, Rick went to the wrong room and thought we'd snubbed him. He's like,
Be real quiet.
Where'd you guys go? I was knocking. We were like, no, you weren't, man. We're all sitting here drinking. Nobody knocked.
And I was sitting there thinking, I thought I heard a knock like 10 minutes ago from down the hall.
Right.
Who was banging really loudly on that door?
Yeah. Do we have any other questions?
So you guys gonna plan to try and do this again?
Yes, we're trying.
Yeah.
We're trying very diligently to get us all together at a convention next year to be announced once the travel details and everything. There will probably be an Indiegogo started up to get Steve over here, because
What about the other two guys? Are they going to join y'all?
we're going to try real hard to get everybody.
So Steve is the biggest hurdle because Steve lives in England. Joe's wife is having their second child around this time, and so he obviously couldn't come out and travel.
Yeah, basically, when it was announced, they decided to do this, I was like, my wife is going to be 9 months pregnant at that point. I wouldn't make it on the plane.
Because it's their second child, as Rick explained, because he's got the most spawn of all of us. If it was third kid, she'd just be like, yeah, fine, go.
Gonna be fine.
Right. Still invested at the second
Number
point.
2, you still got at me.
Yeah. But by number 3, you're like, I have spares,
They all look the same when they come out anyway.
Your bedside will be attended tonight by my diligent manservant and representative.
So yeah, we're going to try and make it happen at some point next year, and yeah, there may be a donation page set up to cover travel costs.
Yeah, we might have to kickstart Steve's flight, but I mean, the goal is to ultimately do like a full one with the whole cast. We think that'd be a lot of fun, and I mean, I think I speak for everyone when I say we've had a lot of fun so far working together this thing. It's been a real pleasant experience. Like if anything, it's made it stronger as far as like a teamwork dynamic and general podcast friendship.
Yep. And I know we just have to make sure that, like, when we all get home, suddenly it's like, sorry guys, I can't do this anymore.
Yeah. Everybody drops.
It's funny because there was a podcast that I just listened to that hit their milestone episode 200, and then killed the podcast at 202.
Whoa.
Yeah, they're like, we're going to do this great big thing for episode 200, and then I saw the episode for 202 6 weeks ago, and I was like, the guys have a big announcement. I'm like, it's been 6 weeks and this weekly podcast hasn't updated. Then I know what that announcement was.
Oops.
So how do you guys like using D20
I love it.
Is it helpful for getting you guys all,
mean,
you're all remote, right?
Roll20 is the reason we've been able to do this.
Even right here, when I have a physical die in front of me, I still prefer to use this because, like you saw before, do I have to add any adjustments to that? Or no. You just press perception, and boom, you can see your
I
roll
will-
with all the adjustments added right here on the
And like
thing.
I have a face-to-face game, and my DM has started using it because it makes doing like him doing dungeons, and then we have a projector, so he just projects it on the table. It makes it a lot easier on him. Is it a great system? I mean, yeah, it could. There's some things that
It's got a
might
few
be bad,
quirks,
yeah.
but yeah, it's definitely worthwhile.
Yeah, I hadn't gamed in almost 20 years before I came into this group, and character sheets are a lot damn bigger now than they were when I was playing like advanced Dungeons and Dragons in college, smoking a shit ton of weed and playing Dungeons and Dragons for 3 days, which explains my GPA, I guess. But I don't know that I could keep track of all the skills and modifiers and crap without having something that adds my bonuses and subtracts my wisdom modifiers and all those things.
I love
I
Roll20.
will also say to the plant from the Roll20 company in the audience, I'm very happy with the service that Roll20 provides, and I would recommend it to any gamer or non-gamer alike. Now I'm off to cash my check, so thank you.
And sponsorship opportunities are available.
The check is in the mail.
We have joked about trying to get a sponsorship from Roll20 because we plug them a lot. But it is a great one. Like, I don't know if any of you were around for the 4th edition D&D debacle that happened, but one of the biggest sinking stones on that was that they promised a lot of online tools that weren't there at launch, or I think almost ever in the course of that. And so it was really a bummer because a lot of us lost track of our gaming groups after college and whatnot, but Roll20 is what allowed me to start gaming again, and it's what's facilitated a lot of it. So if you need a long-term one, I do recommend it.
Part of that debacle also was that at 4th edition, that whoever Wizards of the Coast were, you had to pay for it. So essentially, you had to pay for broken promises that then never materialized.
So is it just Pathfinder, or is it any role system?
You can play any system on Roll20. They have standardized character sheets for several of them, but they have generic blank ones that you can tweak to your needs. I mean, I've played Mutants and Masterminds, I've played Savage Worlds, I've played GURPS, I've played D&D, Pathfinder. I mean, all you really need to play is the ability to put stuff in blanks and the ability to roll dice and talk. And it has that.
I will say, it is kind of sucky on an iPad, though.
Yeah.
You got that fancy dice animator thing going, though.
Yeah.
I don't have that.
All right, everybody. We want to thank you so much for coming to our first ever live Authors and Dragons podcast. We hope to do more in the future, but we really appreciate y'all coming out. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Shout louder so they think there's more people. You can edit that part out.
No, please God, don't edit that out. That's the best part of it.
All right, to everybody listening at home, we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.
Good night.
Bye.
Authors and Dragons is brought to you under a Creative Commons license, meaning you are free to share this material so long as credit is given to the original creators, which is us, the people who are playing it. The opening music, Take a Chance, and closing theme, Master of the Feast, are both credited to Kevin MacLeod of Incompetech.com and also used under a Creative Commons license.